Hi everybody, good morning. So yesterday I did a little poll and just wanted to ask you guys what you need help with this week. Okay, so those topics that I did, I will take note and help with. Sorry, husband just called. That people needed help with, and I will go live throughout this week and next week covering those topics. So I won't completely dismiss them. This just seemed to be the hot topic, okay? And hopefully some of these will help you in those other areas that you're struggling in to stay motivated, stay focused, and to kind of overcome those hiccups. So I'm gonna give you 7 tips to help you meal prep, plan, and go into the week more organized. Some of this is gonna be a little tough love, you guys. So I'm gonna give you some tips and then I'm gonna give you the tough love, okay? All right, so number 1 is find the recipes that you want. Now when I say recipes, typically that means for dinner, okay? Typically breakfast, lunch, and snacks can be on the go snacks, or apples, fruit, nuts, cheese, hummus, things like that are quick, easy, on the go. Your Shakeology, making a smoothie, eggs, toast, oatmeal, those types of things are pretty non-explanatory. But what happens to be the biggest hurdle is dinner time. And that's because we're either chasing around kids all day, we're at work all day, or our husband wants his gourmet 3-course meal on the table when we get home. So I want you to, number 1, find recipes that sound good for you, okay? I want you to think about recipes. Maybe you haven't had in a while. Maybe you want some tacos or fajitas or a Mexican bowl or whatever the case may be. Pizzas, you can do homemade pizzas, or chili is big right now, and soup, and what sounds good for you. And then make sure you have resources, so this is still number 1, that are in line with your goals to use. So I don't want you to just go to Google and type in tacos or fajitas or fajita bowl, because you're gonna get not so healthy options. So make sure you have Abby's cookbook. You have the Fixate cookbook from Beachbody. You have Fixate cooking show on Beachbody On Demand that you can go, and you can even watch a whole demonstration on how easy and simple it is to make, okay? So find recipes and print them out so that you're not just, okay, found these recipes, this looks good, and then comes the night to cook it and you can't find the recipe or don't remember which one. So when you find the recipe, I want you to print it out and put it on your fridge, put it in your calendar, whatever the case may be. Find the recipe, print it out. Next step is to meal plan. So number 2 is to meal plan. So it's to take those recipes, those dinners, those things that sound good for you and your family, and I want you to work that into the rest of your plan. So we're gonna kind of work backwards. Instead of starting with breakfast and going through the day, I want you to start with dinner. And what sounds good for dinner with your whole family? Okay, because I think sometimes what happens is we use all of our yellows and all of our blues during the day, that come dinner we have like reds and greens left, and there's really not much to get creative with that, right? But if you save some yellows and blues, you can enjoy those tacos with your family. You can enjoy that pizza and have some crust and cheese as your yellow and your blue with dinner. You can have a fajita bowl and add some avocado and rice and have some more variety. So I want you to plan your dinners first and then reverse engineer your day, okay? So you're gonna plan according to your colors and make it work for your bracket and your goals. And then this 2B of that is to go shop. So you have your recipes, you have your meal plan laid out, your colors are hit, you know what you're doing, you have a good healthy dinner that everyone's gonna eat, so you're only making 1, maybe 2 meals if your kids are picky, and then you're gonna go shopping. Okay, number 3 is to look at your calendar. And here's the key. And I should have mentioned, recipes, only find 3, maybe 4 max, because one of my other tips is gonna help you right now. I want you to look at your calendar, and I want you to, those recipes that you have, I want you to pick 2 or 3 nights that you're gonna make those recipes. I do not cook every single night. Our afternoons are pretty chaotic. Okay, we have Mondays where I don't get home until 4:30, 4:45. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the same. I don't get home till 3:30, well, close to 5 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, so those nights are typically leftover nights. So I cook on Mondays and Wednesdays. And so Mondays, I usually do like an instant pot meal, something quick and easy that I can throw in, have everything ready and I can throw in when we get home, or Matt can turn on while we're at ballet. So back to my thing, look at your calendar and what nights are more doable for you to come home and cook versus what nights do you get home late, or do you have meetings, or do you have soccer, or do you have football practice for the kids, or does your husband work late, or do you have Bible study, or do you have a girls' night out, or do you have a book club, or does your husband have something? And it just makes, planning a lot easier, because if my husband's gone, then I can just have a salad for dinner, like super easy. If Matt's gone, I just keep it simple. I make myself a salad and the kids have something else. Like, I make it really simple. If Matt's home, then I typically like to have dinner. So I pick 2 to 3 nights a week. For me, that typically is Mondays and Wednesdays. So when I cook Mondays and Wednesdays, then Tuesdays and Thursdays, Matt and I have leftovers from the night before. And the kids, depending on what we cook, will either have the leftovers with us, or they will have, I'd like to buy turkey meatballs and I just get the Barilla Protein Plus noodles. And I make these with butter and Parmesan cheese and then a vegetable, and that's what they eat. So it's super. So I just make these, and I just have cooked noodles in the fridge for the kids all the time. My kids are very simple. So I pick 2 to 3 nights, look at the calendar, figure out what's going on. Like, I know Matt is gone tonight, Tuesday. Wednesday he will be home. Thursday night he will be gone again. Friday night is typically us out to dinner, or we eat leftovers in the fridge. Saturday night we either go out to dinner, or I'll make dinner Saturday night. And then on Sunday, it's just kind of whatever the day brings. Okay, so I'm only cooking 2 or 3 nights a week because I make enough to have leftovers on those Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay? So I'm going to give husbands a little tough love on this. Like, give your wife some slack. Like, these 2 days, and we're going to have leftovers the other day, because I'm really trying to make healthy meals, but I'm really trying to prioritize my time with the kids and, reduce some stress on myself and clean up and things like that. And, get them on board and let them know where you're at when it comes to dinner. Okay? So tip number 4 is, if you need to cook every night, make sure those recipes that you're finding are slow cooker / instant pot meals. Okay? These make life so much simpler. And you can take it one step further. And if you know that you're going to do slow cooked meals, freezer. Okay? Go, when you find your recipes, prep them in Ziploc bags. You can do chicken, pineapple, and some teriyaki sauce or whatever, and put that in a gallon bag. Freeze it in the freezer, and then on Tuesday night, when it's pineapple chicken night, you can take it out of the freezer, put it in the crock pot in the morning, and then by the time you get home, dinner's ready and you didn't have to do anything because you already prepped it on Sunday. Okay, so think about your slow cook, think about your Instant Pot, and how you can use those and utilize those for your time. Okay, get the most time for what you have. Jackie mentioned this, like, I do baked chicken. So if I'm baking chicken, I'm baking the whole thing, and I'm just gonna put it all in a pan in the oven, and I'm gonna make, whatever side, I'm gonna double that. Okay, so I like to try and do potatoes when I do that, because the oven's already on, so I just throw them in with that, and everything is in there. You could do one pan dish. I know Nicole talked about that, so I'm putting carrots and potatoes, or carrots, chicken, and green beans and potatoes all on a pan, and so everything's cooking and baking on that one pan while I'm playing with my kids. It's in the oven for 40 minutes, and it's gonna come out, and it's gonna be all done. It's on one sheet. All right, so think about those when you're finding your recipes on items and meals and recipes that only use 1 or 2 dishes, so they don't have a ton of cleanup, you don't have a ton of prep. All right, number 5, it kind of goes back to the resources I was talking about in number 1. Use Fixate Cooking Show. If you're stuck on some ideas, you don't know where to go, log into Beachbody On Demand, use the Fixate Cooking Show. We have an awesome cookbook that you can purchase. Abby's cookbook is great for $10. You can go to the Team Beachbody blog for some amazing recipes as well, and really simplify your meal plans and recipes then. And then once you get in the hang of this and you get 7 or 8 meals that your family loves and enjoy, you can rotate those and then try something new the next month. So number 6 is prep. Now this is where I think a lot of you get stuck, but number 6 with prep and what to prep is going to depend on the recipes that you have. Okay, I have a coach and a client in here, Brandy, who does an amazing job food prepping on Sunday. She cooks all of her meat, she gets things prepped and organized. I asked some of the coaches on Meg's team that work full time, and they cook all of their meat for the week. So all their ground turkey's cooked. They even make their eggs and egg whites cooked, so that they can just grab and go in the morning. Cooking your oatmeal for 5 days, making 5 servings of oatmeal on Sunday or Monday morning versus making it every morning is a huge help. So those items that you can make in bulk and put in the fridge and reheat are going to be those big time savers. So you're grilling some chicken, baking the chicken on Sunday so that it's just done. You don't even have to do it during the week, so you're not rushing home to have it cook in the oven for 40 minutes, but cooking it on Sunday while you're home playing with the kids, or getting it in the crock pot so it's in the crock pot and you can put it in the refrigerator and have it for later that week. Cooking the ground chicken, if spaghetti's on your meal plan, you can make that in bulk and make that on Sunday and reheat that up. Quinoa, brown rice, making big batches of those on Sunday so that they're in the fridge. Cutting up your vegetables so that those are already cut and the prep is done and then you just have to cook it. That's a huge help. Cutting the greens tops off your strawberries, de-vining all the grapes so that they're just in a bowl. All those little things that if you can do on Saturday and Sunday throughout the weekend, when you have that time, is going to make the week go a lot smoother. Okay, so those are things for prep that once you know your recipes and your meal plan and you know your calendar and where you're going and what you're making, it's going to make that prep session a lot more productive, and you can do that on an individual basis. Now here's my tough love. I have provided a meal plan. I have provided a shopping list. I have provided an amazing resource that gives you delicious recipes for every single meal. Okay, I've taught you through this how to coordinate your recipes and make them work for your colors. So what it comes down to is you just have to do it. It's not just going to happen. If you are struggling with meal planning, it's because you're not making the time to do it. I understand that it is tough on Sunday night when the kids finally go down and it's 7:30, 8 o'clock and you just want to sit on the couch. I get it. But if you spend an hour just making some quinoa, making some chicken, so at least you have dinner for Monday and Tuesday, it's going to make your week go a lot smoother. If you can make a batch of eggs, if you can make a batch of bacon, batch of sausage or oatmeal, it's going to make your mornings go a lot smoother. But it has to take effort. I can come in here and I can do these videos. I can come in here and give you meal plans. I can give you amazing resources. I can write up the best meal plan for you, but I cannot do the work for you. I cannot make you go in and make your meal. I can't do it. You have to look at your spouse and look at your kids. Make your kids a part of it. Brooklyn and Grayson will bring their chairs up here and sit on the island, and they will watch me, and they'll eat the apples. They'll eat whatever I'm cutting up. They'll try the new things. They'll ask questions. I make them a part of it. Let your spouse know, say, hey, this is going to be really helpful for our family so that I feel less stressed and less frazzled and I'm not so short and impatient during dinner time or nighttime if I can take an hour and a half right now and get this done today. And I can throw a thing of chicken in the oven, I can throw a pork roast in the crock pot, I can make quinoa and I can make brown rice, and I can cut up the vegetables while all that is cooking and going. In an hour and a half, I have 2 or 3 dinners prepped and planned for the week to make my life a lot smoother and make sure you have that healthy, delicious meal you want for the week. But you have to do it. You have to make that time. It's just like your workouts. I can have you log into Beachbody On Demand. I can give you the best program for your goals, and I can encourage you, but I can't do the work for you. You have to go to the store. You have to go to the store, buy that food, and then you do something with it. Everything is going to be, meal prep will always be hard. Meal planning will always be hard if you don't do it. Right? You have to know what's coming. You have to look, and if you have those recipes printed, if you have your meal plan, typically I have it on the refrigerator, but because we're showing the house, everything is decluttered. But I like to have it on the fridge. I print it out, I put it on the fridge so that at 2 o'clock when I'm going, okay, what do I need to do for dinner tonight? Can I play with the kids all afternoon, or do I need to cut up some vegetables, get meat ready, and do that today? What do I need to do today? Where am I at? Because I'm home, so it's a little bit more flexible for me. But if you're working, then you need to look at the night before to know what you need to prep for the next day. There has to be intention. There has to be action after that intention. It is not just going to happen. Okay? So I want you to comment below with how you are prepping for the week, for dinners, how you're getting planned and organized and more focused for the week so that you can enjoy that mealtime and not dread it. Okay, so what's one thing you're going to do today to help you get into that mindset and start taking action into planning and being intentional with that? Okay? Comment below, let me know if this is helpful. Give me a like, give me a heart, give me something if this was beneficial and you took something away. And we will talk to you all later. Keep the check-ins coming. I love seeing them. It's encouraging and motivating for me as well. So keep it up, guys. We'll talk to you later.